We play 8 max or 9?
9 max. There can sit another player. You're over there. No, you are here. Okay. There's another seat.
This table is like all table. Same position, same button, same all.
Facciamo così, dai, 1, 2, 7, 8 e 9. Lì, 6, 7.
Ok, także zmiana na jednotkę.
C'è un altro che deve venire.
Ah, sì? Ah, ne mettono un altro?
Yes.
Perché prima eravamo 9. Quindi ne mettono uno in più.
No switch con in Spanish,
No,
Forse
nie,
ho
nie,
visto che venuto il cinese.
nie, to jest Mike.
Bravo, togli.
A no,
Adesso ci rimane una switch con
no,
Eight
na
max
ośmiówkę
now?
nie mamy pasek na reader.
8 max or a 9?
9.
Where is the place? Here or there?
Over there. Yeah, it's just not... Wiecie nam tu ten pasek sprawić na ośmiówkę. Respektywie, czy to potrzebujecie.
Una switch con due.
Że przyjdą to sprawić.
Good luck.
Anche questo.
Alright, good luck everybody.
Sorry.
Big one. So you got your chips on the line. You need to put your cards on that line. So move your chips.
Ah, ok. This?
Yeah. And
This? It's good.
that's
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome
four pass.
to day 2 of the D.A.CH Masters Poker Open, live from the King's Resort in Rosvedov. It's your Irish pundit, Action Band Dan, your broadcaster for the duration of this event.
And where is this place? Where is this?
Stavo in tutti
No, quello che vogliono mettere qua, non c'era lì.
9 pass.
Eh?
Non è smart.
L'ho detto 9.
One pass.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Quello con la mondiale.
Two pass.
So, we play 8 or 9?
9.
Where is the line?
They will come and do it. But it is
This is
in the
day
middle
2 of the €300 D.A.CH Masters. First prize going to be just about €50,000.
Nie, to okłamałem.
Cards are in the air.
Niektóre streamy po prostu chcą.
Shuffle up and deal. Let's go.
Five pass. Six pass. Seven, raise 40. 9 pass. 1 pass. 2 pass. 3 pass. 4 pass. Can you pass me the small pass? And move the button, please. Thank you.
No fish, no fish. With 200 and a bottle of water, still water.
Alrighty, folks, ran into some technical difficulties there at the start of the stream. Good evening once
Raise
again.
40. 7 pass.
David with pocket nines under the gun is going to raise just over 40 bigs to start the hand.
One call. Two pass. Three pass. Four pass. Five. Possible. Three players. Five check. Six check. One check. Five. Bet 75. Six pass. One call. Heads up.
Quello lo buono io.
Che c'hai, non ho.
No, c'è coppe di 9.
C'hai 10, no?
No.
Five check.
Questa è una coppia di più, ma questo vedremo.
One check. Showdown.
Questo 10 a 3 ho messo 10 a 3.
Thank you.
Era di grande buio.
Alrighty, folks, good evening. I have to restart my computer there. Ran into some technical difficulties. I hope you can hear me loud and clear now.
This is
It's all ready for an action-packed
acqua lavata.
event.
Quella è per lavare i piedi.
Let's get to the action.
Big blind. Seven pass. Nine pass. One pass. Two pass. Three pass. raise 40. Five plus.
I'm all in.
6, raise all in. Four pass. Yep, good. Eight pass. 9 pass. 1 pass. 2 pass. 3, raise 40. 4 pass. 5 pass. 6 pass. 7 pass.
Andiamo bene. Non mi vedi nulla. Anche se c'è il mio dappertutto.
Up. 9 pass. 1, raise 40. 2, 3 pass. 4 pass. 5 pass. 6 pass. 7 pass. 8 call. Heads up. 8 check. 1, bet 40. 8 pass. Thank you.
C'è un sacco di posti e noi dobbiamo stare mezzo metro di Inter.
1 pass. 2 pass. 4, raise 50. Bless. Five pass. Six pass. Seven pass. Eight pass. Nine pass. Thank you.
It's yours. Your button.
And a new viewer is coming. Good luck, everybody.
Non avevo benissimo a mano, sai? Non avevo sto 50.000 che ha cambiato l'euro e mi ha pizzato. Ho cappato una di più. Di solito faccio una volta, adesso che faccio. Poteva essere una coppia debole, una volta studiata. Ancora non ho capito come lo sono.
Raise 45. Open. Five fold. Six fold. Seven fold. Eight fold. Nine fold. One fold. Three fold. Four fold. Five fold. Six fold. Seven fold. Eight fold. Nine fold. One raise. Open. Rolling.
Alrighty,
Only big one.
we've been having some crazy technical difficulties on my side of the pond. I hope we have it fixed now. Restarted the computer twice. Good evening. Hope you're all well and can hear me. We are live from the King's Resort in Rosvedov for the D.A.CH Masters Poker Open. Ace Queen under the gun here for Lucas.
50. 5 fold. 6 fold. 7 fold. 8 fold. 9 fold. 1 fold.
'Excuse me, sir. Can you move on the other side? And you can do here. We have no room. No space.
For me, I have to put the cards here.
Yeah, but the chips you can do there, and he can do the chips here. You know? Because yeah.
Now you don't can see my cards. Now you can don't see my cards.
Testing, 1, 2, testing. Good evening, welcome.
This place is in between.
Straight cut.
This training is
It's for normally for 8.
normally 8, yeah. But he added
Yeah,
another
Oh,
one.
that's 50.
For what? I don't know.
3 fold. Big blind, please. Five fold. 6 fold. 7 fold. 8 fold. 9 fold. 1 fold. 3 fold.
Alrighty, guys, I'm going to introduce myself for the last time this evening. I hope you're all very well. Seems like we had a bug on my software with my microphone. I'm hoping we have everything tip-top Magoo now. And you're ready for a lot of action. Bird says hi, Dan. Silenas says yes, we can hear you. Great. That's what I like to hear. It's day 2 of the €300 D.A.CH Masters Poker Open live from the King's Resort in Rosvedov in the Czech Republic. Bird says sound is really good, way better than the past streams. Brilliant, Bird. Thank you for letting me know. If I'm ever too loud or you can't hear me, always let me know. Didn't have a single noise complaint or sound complaint whilst commentating last weekend's €1,000 buy-in presented by Poker Stars at the King's Resort. It was unbelievable action in that. I think it was one of the quickest final tables I ever commentated on.
7 fold. 8 fold. 9 all in. 1 fold. 3 fold.
So David raising to 50k. Kawasaki all in for 175. I believe the blinds are 10, 25, 25. Looks like we're missing some graphics this evening. Let me know how you are all getting on in the chat. And good evening wherever you are tuning in from, be it YouTube or the Poker Room Kings on Twitch. You're all very welcome.
5 fold.
The guts of €50,000 up for grabs in this one for the winner. This is always a great event, combining different nations. Bird says, by only 777 entries. Seems pretty low related to the other tournaments. Well, you know, we smash it out of the park most weekends, but here we have an all-in Queen 10 against the Ace Queen. 9, 4, 3, 2 clubs hits the flop, and Kawasaki looking very good for a double up here. Turn is a 10. I don't believe it. First hand back on the comms. Looks like it's a dirty one. Turn is a 10. River is a queen. Queen no good for Kawasaki. Very, very unlucky to not double up there. Looked like he was home and dry with 90% equity as we were hitting the turn, but the 10 of spades rolls off. Queen no good, giving his opponent the 2 pair. We are away. And the layover on the upper right corner is gone again. I can't attest to that. It was nice to have it back, if only for a short while. I'm sure we will have it fixed as soon as possible. King's production team going above and beyond. Perhaps it's got to do with a bug in the software. Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield.
7 fold.
So it looks like the blinds are 10, 20, 20, not 10, 25.
1 fold.
Doing a bit of guesswork there. So again, apologies for the first 30 minutes or so. Probably got to hear me do several introductions. Sure you're used to my voice at this stage.
45.
It is your Irish pundit action man Dan in the house, your broadcaster for the duration of this event. $300k is the guarantee in this prize pool. 777 entries, and the first prize is €47,900.
Good, I can't wait. 6 fold.
So Jan, 3-betting to 120 here from the small blind. He's going to get Michael to fold the ace-10 offsuit. Average stack in this one, about 700k or so. How you keeping, Bird? Any stories to tell for me now?
Eight fold, one fold. Three fold. Four fold. Five raise, fifty.
At this table, we have Benza, Stefan, Michael, all from Germany, Lucas from the Czech Republic, Lucas Kilma, Jan Riha from the Czech Republic, David Joffredo. I like that name.
Seven fold.
From Italy, of course, DS from Italy, and rounding out the table in seat 9 is actually gone now. It would have been Kawasaki getting that bad beat.
One fold. Three fold. Four fold. Five raise, fifty.
Nines on the button here for David.
Six suited ace, one
Facing
fifty.
the open. The cut off the Queen 10 of clubs. The option of 3-betting and calling. I think both options are totally fine. Let's go for the aggressive side of things with a 3-bet to 150. And what a fun name, just for fun at Kings in the big blind. Forced to fold pocket nines. The action behind him. Against super aggro players there, you might even 4-bet rip, even though it seems like a lot. Probably is too much considering the blinds are. I think the blinds are
Hello.
actually 10 and 25 if he's making a 50, but maybe they are still 10, 20.
Hello.
Remember, we are on the 30-minute delay, but we are as live can be. Now, for Jan, it is 100k more for him to call. He does have a nice hand to see a flop with. The problem is, out of the hands, the 3-bet from the button will have him dominated, so he does decide to just get out of the way. And the nines will take it down. Benza raises to 40k.
5 fold.
He's queen off suit from under the gun.
Fold. 7 fold. 8 fold. 9 fold.
Takes down the blinds and antes.
Fold. 6 fold. 7 fold. 8 fold. 40. 9 raise 40.
Julian raising to 40k with ace 10 off suit and a small blind. Benza is going to call for just 20k more with 9-5 suited. Flops top pair on 9-4-3, 1 heart.
9 4.
I think if Julian wants to be getting hands like 9-5 suited to fold, wants to be making it a hell of a lot bigger than just 40k. Just 20k more for Julian to call. He's just getting too good of odds not to see a flop with nearly any two. And just decide to check fold to a bet of 50k. Benza taking that one down. I would have liked to see Julian maybe bet himself there on that flop, or indeed go into check call mode. Lucas raised the 55k with the king jack off suit.
You like 400?
The comeback kid wants to know how many's left. We will have that updated for you in about 6 hands time. So within the next orbit, we'll have the field graphic in the top right hand corner of your screen. Nice to have you with us. Lucas raised the 55k with the king jack off suit and Benza with the same hand in the small blind. Looks like he is going to call for the additional 45,000. But a king queen off suit in the big blind.
Jury raise. 175.
Buddha is going to squeeze from the big blind to 175. And that's 120k more for Lucas to call. Like that he's putting the squeeze on. He's got the right hand to do it with. He's got the blockers. Having said that, Lucas's raise coming from under the gun +1 with a starting stack of less than 20 bigs. Benza, it's going to be very hard for him to continue out of position. So I feel like this squeeze from the big blind is going to get a lot of credit from under the gun +1 and the small blind.
On 900. Sorry? 900 total.
900?
One fold.
But I will take that one down, playing close to $1 million. Good for almost 40 big blinds.
Two fold. Five fold. Six raise 60. Seven fold.
Big hand here for David.
Eight fold.
The king's raising to 60k. Bird says for him, king jack suited is a call with his stack. The problem is he's in the small blind, he's out of position. And although I see what you're saying, because he's getting decent price to see the flop, you have to remember the squeeze is
Two fold.
perceived to be committing ourselves to the under the gun 1 open. So king jack, even though it's shriveling up considerably from the small there.
Six check.
A7-5 is the flop here. Benza with the pocket fours. An overcard here for David. I don't think he's going to love this. Would like to see him at the very least be check calling here. Actually, I say at the very least, I don't think he wants to be doing anything else. Shouldn't be folding. I don't think there's any point in raising. Does call 216 the pot. We see the turn. Turn is the three of hearts, giving Benz and out a straight draw. You can make a straight with a deuce.
One bet 115. Yes.
Or a six. Make a straight with a six also. He's going to bet 115. Ben's about in 115. And I think the Kings might just want to fold now.
Six fold.
Does decide he's going to let it go. I wouldn't be showing the table. Can't blame him for letting his Kings go there. If he calls turn, could easily be faced with a large river bet. So he thinks it's better to just let it go on the turn, having called the flop.
Poślikiem z wcześniej poprosił.
Bird says this is how you shouldn't play Kings. Well, tough for him to continue there. I don't think he done much wrong. Call one, see what happens on the turn. His opponent calls on the, or bets on the turn. I think we kind of just want to let our hand go. The majority of the time, at least. Julian, top of the chip count with 64 bigs. Lucas at the bottom with 15. And a couple of those middling stacks between 20 and 35 blinds.
Era sotto un treno.
Five, raise 55. Six pass. Seven pass. Eight.
Got action here under the gun against under the gun. Plus three.
Pass.
Ace King raising to 55k, and just for fun now with the decision,
2-3. Pass.
does three bet a very, very small amount. I think I prefer to just call here with the two tens. Or if I'm three betting, I'm three betting a bit more than just basically a min raise. Could have a big clash here. If Jan goes all over the top here and essentially commits himself with a four bet, could just rip. It's not the easiest stack off with just two tens.
Five raise. 260.
And there you have it, folks. Got his information with the 3-bet. Jan going for the 4-bet, and the 2 10s just going to go into the muck. I feel like if we're just going to fold to the 4-bet, but I don't think there's anything wrong with folding to the 4-bet, by the way. I just feel like if we are going to fold like that after putting in 3-bet, we might as well just call. Be my preference.
Pass. Seven, raise 60. 8 pass. 9 pass. 1 pass. 2 pass.
PS raised to 60k with the ace-king offsuit. 20 bigs to start the hand.
4 pass. 5 pass.
We'll just take down the blinds and antes.
Five more. 25. Seven pass.
Sorry.
8 pass. 9 raise. 16. 1, 2 pass. 3 pass.
Julian picking up kings here, going to raise to 60k. And Ian in the small blind with pocket eights, both relatively deep. Pretty deep, 60 bigs or so to start the hand. I think we just want to be calling here from the small.
Together.
5 4.
And David,
6 4.
ace 8. It's going to call these ace 6, ace 7, ace 8 offsuits. Not going to play too well multi-way. Out of position. Set for Julian. And wow, Jan with a set as well. That's the case, folks. I had to look twice at that one because I was like, well, David has second pair. This is going to be a gigantic pot because Julian and Jan are going to want to be playing for as much chips as they can here. Both flopping is set, not every day. You see this. Here we go. 80K from Julian.
Five, raise 220.
Yeah, I'm going to raise the 220. That should get the big blind out of the way with just second pair, even if he does have an ace kicker and backdoor, no flush draw. Facing a bet and a raise. Does put it in the muck. Action back on the trip kings. Or a set of kings, rather. As Bird declares that Julian will have a monster stack after this pot. Yeah, well, I'm not sure. Do we want to put more chips in here? Okay, here we go. I was going to say, do we want to just call? Because we have the deck a bit crippled. Yang could have a combo draw. He could have two pair. He could have a set. This is disgusting for Jan. 355 more to call, and I don't see how we don't just stick it all in now at this stage. 575 is the bet. We're playing 1.2 million almost. So only one bet behind, really. I'm not loving this if I'm Jan, even if I've got second set. I know we only lose to set of kings. And our opponent can have aces, ace, king, etc. But it still just seems so strong the way Julian three bets the flop here. Here we go. It is all in and call. Look at the size of this pot. Almost 3 million in the middle.
Basta di cuore. Non vedere che scelgo di cuore comincerò io a fare tutto il due. Minchia sotto, mannaggia.
Ace of diamonds hits the turn.
Se più avanzo lo faccio fuori.
And no more eights for Quadzilla left in the deck. Six of diamonds hits the river, and Jan
Senza sapere.
will be very disappointed with that, but absolutely nothing he can do. Perhaps I was a bit harsh there. You're not getting away from a set of eights. I was just saying it's going to look very strong when he raised three bets the flop to 575, but as I aforementioned, it can contain hands like ace king, maybe even king queen, and a combo draw himself, or a hand
Se esce l'altro asso io.
like aces.
Quindi diciamo che girando, no?
Ivan in the house says, was King's Chat and Mods. How's everyone today? Not so bad, buddy. Not so bad.
Setto per setto floppato. Mamma mia. C'è un colpo da campione. Bisogna essere campione a sto gioco. Non sento niente. Non C'è il capo, l'assa, il trick and button. Vabbè, niente male.
8 pass. 9 pass. Cards on. Yeah, they didn't have it, but whatever you call it. 2 pass.
How long do I have to put the lock? Like 40 seconds?
Free raise, 55.
Raised to 55k from the hijack with ace 10 of hearts for Michael Kelso.
Four pass. 6 pass.
So raising from the hijack and BS with a very defendable Queen Jack offsuit.
7 call.
Some players might even re-jam that one off this stack depth. Does flick it in for the 30k additional, and we are off to a flop of King 10-10. We've got action. Open ender for BS and
7 check.
trips for Michael.
Three, you bet 35. Seven call. Seven check.
Marilla.
3.1.
Three bet 55.
It is nice to have.
Michael betting 55k here on the turn. Turn is the Jack of Diamonds.
7 pass.
And BS just gets away from it. Very shocked to see him just fold there for 55k.
Produkcja hneď piše skoro. Keby som musel preskať až do arény, to mám s videokom. Pass. 1 pass. 2 pass.
Exactly the same.
Michael in the hijack here with ace queen offsuit.
3 raise 16.
And there you have it, folks. We've got the field graphic in the top right-hand corner of your screen. 48 players remaining now from a starting entry field size of 777. We've got the average stack back as well. The average stack is 800k. Currently, I'm excited to have our two boys back in the top right-hand corner. The field and the average stack. We were missing them now for quite some time. We did have the field back last weekend, and now we have both. The only way is up.
Heads up.
Michael raised to 60k with the ace queen.
Free bet 50. Six pass.
Holding. I'd go backdoors and he is in position, but Michael getting credit there, betting on the queen 6-6.
One raise 50. 2-3 pass. Four pass. Six raise 150. Seven pass. Eight pass.
Ends a raise to 50k. David 3-betting to 150, both with the same hand under the gun against the cutoff.
How much you play total? 1 million?
900.
I just see this one going all in. Ben's a 4-bet rip here, I would think. Cut off with 29 bigs behind. Sub 40 bigs facing a 3-bet. I think we just want to rip. Having said that, it's going to look quite strong. 3-bet under the gun raiser. M's look like raisin chips.
All in.
One raise. Four.
That's a 4-bet. It's just going to commit him.
Raise all in.
And so we'll 4-bet with the ace king and cutoff will call off, and we've got a pot of 1.4 million. Both players will be happy to see that they have the same hand for the most part here. We not wanting to be in an 80 big blind flip for the tournament life with 47 players remaining.
880. One call, showdown.
Reroll.
Jack 5-3, 2 clubs is the flop.
Reroll, yeah.
And is the ace of spades. Chop it up, boys.
I win. Flush draw.
Current payout, by the way, is €905 with 47 players remaining.
Second time.
Gnome saying 42 says, good luck all in. Nice to have you with us. All in the fella, all in the other
1-0 for
fella.
me.
For me?
Yes.
Two pass. Three pass.
Lucas with the ace 10 here. Off suit. 13 bigs.
Four, raise all in. Six pass. Seven pass. Eight pass.
As
Nine
Gnome
pass.
saying says, at the back of the gun, as one of the old school used to say. Bing, bang, boom.
40, yes.
Lucas.
335, sorry.
Let's just go for the rip. And Benza can afford this in the big blind with King Jack off suit, but I feel like his hand is not going to be good enough.
One pass. Thank you.
Yeah, nice. That was the go.
Three pass. Four pass. Six pass. Seven, raise 55. Eight, nine pass. One
Yes,
pass.
raised to 55k in the hijack. Ace 10 off suit. Nice pickup for the ace 10 in the previous hand. We have one more elimination
Two pass.
that has occurred. 46 players remaining now. Page of blooming from €905 to €1,025. If you're just tuning in, it's day two of the €300 D.A.CH Masters Poker Open, live from the King's Resort in Rozwadov.
bilancia della carta.
Eight two. Nine two.
Ieri che mi hai detto che giri il mondo, giochi? Giri a giocare o per lavoro?
Benza ace jack suited on the button.
Per lavoro o perché giocare?
Two four.
Anche giocare. Adesso non giri più.
50k to go.
I coglioni girano.
A min raise.
Quelli serve tutti i giorni.
No, però sono in Germania. Tutti in lockdown.
Io ho venduto la settimana fa questi passati.
Jack 9-8 is the flop.
Basta, non ce la facevo più per la vita di merda.
Pizza,
No, un ristorante gourmet. Elevato.
Piece for both players. Michael gonna check call here on this dangerous looking board. A Jack 9-8, two hearts. Benza with the best of it. Top pair, top kicker. Turn is the 10 of diamonds. 255 in the pot. It's a very straighty, flushy board now.
Le orbi stamane sul mare. E poi adesso ha preso di nuovo valore perché adesso Sanremo dopo i due festival ha ripreso la grandissima. Si è presentato uno, l'ha venduto bene. Via.
One bet one
Adesso faccio un po' di ferie.
devi spendere adesso.
Adesso giro un po' il mondo anch'io.
Interesting that he goes for a second bet here. I feel like with the ace jack, we're just going to be checking back the majority of the time. Suppose he's betting on the turn there to just check the river. Can get additional value from diamonds or hearts. But in general, you don't want to be bloating the pot there. There's going to be a lot of bad rivers, which is true, but I think we just want to check our option, reevaluate then on the river.
six four. Seven four. Nine base 55. One four. Two four. Three four.
A jump has been reached. 44 players remaining. Julian raised the 55k in the hijack. Buddha is going to call 9-6 of hearts for Julian. Buddha with the ace-8 suited. Julian doesn't want to see hearts here. Bit of a loose open, but he has got a monstrous stack of 123 big blinds to start the hand. So why not? Lucas in for a penny, in for a pounding. 30k call.
Three pair.
Nice hand to see a flop with multi-way. 10, queen, 5 is the flop.
Four check.
So the current payout is now over €1,000. Julian going to bet 60k here. Lucas will release.
Blinds up. 15 suit. Big blind.
Trenta, trenta.
Position 1 or 2. Seven fold. 8 fold. 9 fold. 3 fold. Hello. Four alone. 6 fold.
Lucas going to shove from the small, queen deuce suited.
Eight fold. 9 fold. 1 fold. 2 fold. 3 fold.
Blinds have gone up 15, 30, 30.
4 fold.
43 players remaining.
3 fold.
And he is getting walked home with 9-6 off the suit. Average stack is now 900k, which is good for exactly 30 big blinds.
Position 5 and 3. 9 fold. 1 fold. 2 raise 65. 3 fold.
'Butter raising to 65k. Mid position. King Jack of spades.
Four full. Six with ace, 155. Seven full.
We have a mystery treat from the cutoff to 155 from Voldemort. I jest, it's Vodovasaur. Yeah, sounds like Yoda, but it's Vodavzor. Joffredo. She betting the 155 on the button here with the ace queen offsuit action back on the Buddha. 90k more for him to call. He does decide to just let it go.
Put you on ice cream.
I want only him.
Oh, me? Why?
Yeah.
Last time I was buzzed by
wait.
ice cream as well. Why? What do you have against me?
Yeah. You say. King, fold. You have ace?
No.
Ah, I say. Only one time.
One raise, 60. Two call. Three full.
Friends are raised to 60k under the gun with pocket sevens. Buddha is going to call with ace jack of spades.
Five full. Six full. Seven call.
PS going to call behind on the button with queen nine suited.
Eight all in. Nine full.
Just for fun is making a very loosey-goosey jam over the top here with a lot of dead money up for grabs. This will look very strong to under the gun one and the button.
One full.
I feel like we need to be a bit stronger than queen 10 offsuit here.
Two call.
We can see it's going to work, and it's going to be a really spicy pickup going from 670 to 910 uncontested. Strong play there from Just for Fun at Kings. Expect to see some antics from a name like that, and there was a prime example.
Two full. One bet 45.
Ben's are going to bet 45k with 6-3 of spades on queen, jack, 6-2 spade, flop. Julian, 10-3 of clubs. Going to be check folding here. Might have just decided to fire one in Julian's shoes with the backdoors, but decides against it. Benza will take that one away from his opponent, and blind v blind battles will become more and more significant as we get closer to the remaining 24.
Four fold. Right fold. 6 raise 65. 7 fold. Sit to 10, sit your back in line. 10 fold. 8 9 fold.
David raising to 65k with ace jack off suit, and Benza going to call from the small here with king 10 of clubs.
One check. 6 check. One check. 6 check. One check.
Check.
6 check.
And he will take that one down.
Four fold. Five raise 65. 6 fold. 7 fold. 8 fold. 9 fold. 1 fold.
Julian going to call the 65k raise from under the gun +1 with the pocket eights. Ace 7 deuce.
Five bet 35. Nine fold. Five bet 65.
Got a 65k here. The ace of hearts has hit the turn.
Nine fold.
405k in the pot now as we hit the river. And Julian won't like this now with his pocket sixes, 3 of diamonds completing the flush, and it is a paired board.
Nine six.
And it will go check, check.
Guckst du die auf 6 oder 5? Hier das Pocket. Ja. Aber du hättest wahrscheinlich gerist.
Five fold. Six days 65.
And we've got massive action here, folks. Lights, camera, action. 2 red ladies under the gun +1, raising to 65k. BS with the aces under the gun +2.
It is 150. Eight fold.
14 bigs will 3-bet to 150. Now this screams strength to me. I prefer to just jam in BS's shoes, but David not going to be going anywhere with queens.
Three fold. Four fold. 7 eight.
And it is all in and call. 945 in the pot. Seven, 4 deuce, 2 hearts is the flop. A lady needed for David. BS going to get a chunky double. And it's the king of clubs. There is the 9 of hearts, and David going to send a small chunk of change. Well, not a small chunk of change, nearly half his stack in the direction of BS. But he will survive with 22 bigs. As for BS, he's now playing almost $1 million in chips. 31 big blinds.
Hij heeft gewonnen, weet je niet? Ja?
Maybe blind.
Hij heeft gewonnen. Ze hebben gewonnen? Ja?
Seven fold. Eight raise, 7. Nine fold. One fold, two fold. Eight fold.
Meno male che te l'hai conciato un po', almeno una passi la metà.
Folding. Six fold.
Good action here. Raise to 70k. Ace, queen off suit. Julian, ace 5 of diamonds is going to call. Lucas all in with the Jeffries in the small blind. Just for fun. Wants to be going with his hand here. And I think he will. Just a matter of whether he wants to call or come over the top. $2.45 to call. I think we just come over the top here and get Julian out of the way. That's a very tight pass. Wasn't expecting to see that. Julian now, 245 more for him to call. If he wants to gamble, it's a great hand to gamble with. But from the small blind, we might just see him let this go from the jam, coming from the small, considering there was action behind him. It is one of the best hands he could be calling with. Just let it go. I think with his stack, I'd probably just call there. Not loving it.
New dealer, good luck.
Eight pass. Nine raise, 65. One pass, two pass, three pass, pass. 6 pass. 7 pass.
Debbie is in the house, says hello, guys. What's up, Debbie? Nice to have you with us. There's Yo-Yo. Dan, how you doing? Not too bad. Forty players remaining. You're just in time, Debbie. There's going to be lots of action in this one. Average stack over 30 bigs.
2 pass. 3 pass.
Current payout is €1,025, and they're all chasing that first prize tomorrow of €48,400. Top 4 finishers as well will get that 10k ticket to the World Series of Poker Europe main event that will take place in Rosvadov at the King's Resort later on this year.
Pass. 6, raise 65. 7 pass. 8 call. Heads up.
Ace 7-4, 2 hearts is the flop.
6 bet. 45.
King 6 is going to see bet. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor heart draw. And just for fun, is just going to fold to one small bet with pocket 8s in the big. If we're going to call with 8s and just face one overcard, we want to be seeing a turn. Didn't want anything got to do with it.
Pensavo che già volevi tirare addosso.
1 pass. 2 pass. 3 pass. 4 pass. 6, raise 70.
Good action here. Ace Queen suited for David. Raises to 70k and BS on the button here with 2 10s, 29 bigs.
7 call. 8 pass. 9 call. 3 players.
Queen 7-4. Top pair. Top kicker for the cutoff. BS could have 3-bet pre. But if the 3-bet called it off, decided to just call. Understandable. Julian came along for the ride with pocket 6s in the big.
pass.
Out of 95k and 2 overcards. The Julian's pocket sixes. Didn't expect to see the pocket tens go into the muck there for one bet. We're seeing a lot of crazy play happening here.
It's good.
But David will show the goods. He says won today a ticket to the Sunday Million for the 18th anniversary on Poker Stars. Wow, fantastic.
Ridammi qualche fish.
Ti ho dato 70.
Poco.
Ti devo fare un in.
Bravo.
Prima del flop.
Tanto ti collo.
Lo so. Basta da non li picchi.
Ti collo.
Vediamo se esce liscio. You got a 6? 6?
Pocket six?
Yeah, 3 pass.
8 tens.
All in.
Four pass. 6 pass. 7 pass. Raise 70. 75.
A7 raised to 70k here on the button.
9 pass.
That's going to be good enough to take it down. Benza is going to call, it looks like. Wasn't sure if he had 3 betting chips in his hand. Does call for the 45k, 195 in the pot as we see the flop. Flop is Jack 4-4.
8, bet 70.
Got a 70k from the A7. Benza just going to be releasing.
1 pass.
39 players remaining now, and we are going to have one more hand in the opening frame. The D.A.CH Masters Poker Open before the break. Hope you're enjoying the show. Average stack almost $1 million now.
Questo aspetta più di te quando c'è da puntare. Ti batti. Sto facendo passare il tempo per sempre in pausa. Sicuro.
Lucas with the ace king under the gun +1. Slicky is just going to straight up rip the 17 bigs, leaving himself with a tiny bit of change behind.
There is a break now?
Yes.
Okay.
6, 7 pass, 8, 9 pass. 1 pass. Two pass. Enjoy your break.
King Jack.
That's going to do it, folks. We're going on a break for 15 minutes. See you all then. Stay tuned for lots more action. We'll be right back.
Go and check on the flop and I.
We have ace king. Oh. If we had king, so jack. Whee! There we dance.
No need to bluff it all off with reckless abandon, which we're all guilty of from time to time. Now's not the time to do it.
73,000 euros locked up. That'll be the payout for the next two spots, 13th and 12th. Final table will be set when we get down to 9.
Kings now for Sai. What's going on? They've all had some Haribo fizzy colas on break or something. I mean, rocket fuel.
Queen Jack being deliberated on by Poodle, who I think is just as aware as you and I in the booth here, Henry, as to how snug Tsai has been operating out there. Decides not to get cute as...
Money's just going in, Harley.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go. Back-to-back hands, the wheels have come off. Ladders round every corner.
Under normal circumstances, this ace-king would just be so sexy, but in the face of a snap call by two black kings...
Just gonna be bang bang.
Yeah.
Sayonara, Italy. Sai, the Italian assassin, if he can just hold here.
I believe Arrivederci, Italy would have been more apropos, but I know,
You know, I'm trying, okay? It's been a long month, Ali.
That it has. And it's also been a long day out here for Vito Vella. One that he hopes can continue, but an ace for the time being. That which would be required. 4-set continuation unavailable on the Queen 5-3 board.
Wow, something going on the outer table. We'll have to jump into the action over there after this.
Sure sounds that way.
Hello.
Wheel gutty now as we add deuces to the mix. 7 outs one time. Can Vella find extended play here in the main? He can't.
King 9. Fold.
King 9, you push me away already.
Only nuts.
Family.
Joe back at it. This time with more chips, he leaves 600 back. Raised to $1 million, and he's run into an ace-king. And you see Emile Bisset happy to push forward 2.9 million. Suvarna with the ace-king suited, by the way. And might this be one of those situations, Randy, because if Suvarna
3-9. No, 2-9.
comes along, maybe, just maybe, Joe looks at this and thinks it's a bad spot, or there's no way he's got a shot at a triple up.
The problem is that we're not in the money yet. So if we were, then he's got a lot of reason to fold, try to get a little pay jump. But he's put in like a lot of his stack, $1 million. Maybe if he made it like 600, had $1 million back, I don't... We'll see, but we know the ace-king suited definitely is performing pretty well in this spot. Because let's just say Joe raises to $1 million and folds, leaves 3 big blinds, and Bisset happens to bust out. There's still 2 from the money. It's going to be so hard for him to still creep in there with the remaining 8 if that was the case. I think he just got to flick it in and hope for the best.
Yeah, and...
It's crossing his mind as he threw out all the time banks first.
Hope is really all he's going to have here, but...
He knows he's dominated in one spot, almost certainly.
The aces all block one another. The kings are blocking one another. His jack is the cleanest of cards available. The problem is he needs to hit it. The struggle is so real for him here, Randy.
Yeah, he wish he could have like a jack 10 right now, or like a pocket pair, something he knows that is not dominated. There's no chance that ace jack has ever just got 2 overcards against both these hands, or he's dominating one spot.
Okay, gamble.
Gamble, let's go.
1 to 30%. Oh, 30%. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Flush.
Last 600,000 comes forward, so the main pot will be between 3 players. 2.6 million on the side between Santosh and Bisset.
先算放一个。不用，就A 发勾就行。这把赢了，好起来了，510是吧？
So 7.9 million in total available to Emile and Santosh. The flop, somehow the case ace finds its way to the board, but facts remain in terms of Joe's need for a jack. Backdoor spades for Suvarna.
No pressure, but jack. No pressure.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, Suvarna picks up the nut flush draw. And you can see the stress on Bisset's face here. As currently he's chopping the whole thing with Santosh, but a spade on the end would dash his hopes. A jack would keep Joe Chuen in there. What's it going to be?
Wow.
It is a spade.
No.
Runner, spades, and we've got a double knockout here. And look at Dvoris.
I told you flush, you know?
Very thankful.
Yes.
Wow.
Obviously, nothing for Emile Bisset to do. Ace-king against ace-king. Deeply unlucky. Ramos, by the way, part of such an incredibly accomplished contingent of Brazilian players out there. Yuri Zivalevsky, Andre Akari, another one that comes to mind. Bruno Volkmann,
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
What about Pedro Gargnani?
Yeah, he too.
So one's a coffee connoisseur, the other the tea connoisseur.
Don't forget tennis connoisseur as well for Volkman.
That's right.
Time bank or not? Time bank, yeah?
Jack 8 under the gun. Ren
100.
activating.
This makes sense.
Time bank police.
Santosh in the small blind in these spots,
Time bank, it must
or
be
the
very
big?
strong.
Believe they had a player
I'm
between
convinced
them.
that Moulton's been given like 22 time banks this tournament.
I mean, obviously Santosh being the only guy who hasn't covered
I'm
this
convinced
is
that you were given like 22
worthy
time
of
banks.
thought. Believe Dvoris is between them.
Yeah, Santosh is in
You
the
still
small
have
blind.
it.
Yes, we
Small
have.
blind
You
tends to
still
play
have
tight,
it.
even with a big stack.
Yeah.
Okay, please.
I like this awareness of the positions from Lin to find a spot
Play with
to
Lady
steal the
Gaga.
blinds.
Lady
Which
Gaga.
he
How do
does.
you wanna play? Normal or friendly?
Or,
You can choose.
did we have a call
Normal
from
or
Cabral? I'm
friendly?
sorry.
Let's say before flop. Good luck. Huh? Good luck? Okay. I think it means normal.
Good luck.
So, indeed, Cabral did flat, flew under our radar, given that his cards hadn't been scanned yet again. A 6 deuce. Obviously, this is a sort of board that Ren is supposed to be able to rep.
Especially from under gun where he's going to raise a lot of ace-X, suited or not. And this sprinkle here is designed to just kick out
Empty?
unpaired
Empty,
hands.
Empty. What is this bet? You wanna bet? Bet like normal. What is this? 300. I don't understand. 300. Santosh, what is this bet? Can you help me? Probably 6-3, yeah. You wanna buy cheap free? Please. After the hand, please, next time.
So Cabral, with a couple of 9s here, does call the 300k c-bet. And note that the floor came over and asked him to scan his cards here mid-pot. He pushed back a little bit and said after the hand next time. Supposed to be scanning it before the hand.
Yep. I think he's saying, tell me after the hand rather than I'll do it after the hand.
Of course, they've told him multiple times in between hands, and that hasn't worked. So I think now perhaps a little bit more of an aggressive position being taken by the staff.
I hear you. Whoa, look at this. Red Lynch's got nothing. Cutting out chips. Trying to apply that bubble pressure.
900 into 1.9. Not a negligible size. And obviously Cabral just fresh off of a double. Doesn't want to say goodbye to these chips too quickly.
This looks like an impossible call, but would be correct.
It's a call that's begging for a river check.
Exactly. But I'm thinking if Renlin bets his turn, he's going to fire a lot of rivers. This is an amazing call from Cabral. But one more street to be played.
And that street places an overcard to the 9s on the river, not one that rates to be of concern for Cabral.
I think the 10 doesn't change too much for Renlin. He thinks that once he got called, he is up against an ace, but he could ask for it all, and it'll be hard to call if you don't have a nice kicker to go along. He should believe that normally a hand like 9s and lower would be out on the turn, hence why he bet.
And there is a jam from Ren. Max pressure being applied. Stone money bubble. Snap fold there from Martin. Think about all the spots in which he's taken time. In that one, he knew exactly what he was going to do. I thought it would be worth, given the opportunity that's presenting itself and the fact that he called flop and turn, maybe just looking up at Ren, engaging him in conversation as he tends to do, and trying to see if he could get any sort of tell.
6 pass, 7 pass, 8 pass.
Abbiamo tutti 20 bugli, mo.
Solo lui più alto.
9 raise, 80. 1 pass.
Alright, folks, we're back. Blinds have gone up. 20k is now the small blind, 40k is now the big blind with a 40k running big blind ante at 24 to 40. Dealing with the min raising the cutoff, D6 suited is going to get stuffed on from Michael in the big blind for 13 bigs total. King Jack off suit for Michael. And I'd be more inclined to call a hand like ace 4 or ace 5 suited than the ace 6 suited for 13 bigs total. Yes, they have a lot of chips, but I feel like ace 6 might just be a tad too light to call here against an aggressive opponent. Could just flick it in, of course. Just depends what he makes of the rejamming range from the big blind of Michael Calso.
Pass.
Let's hold.
And a new dealer. Good luck. You.
Mi ha bettato sull'asso. Ci sta, era di posizione.
L'hai visto adesso?
Julian in the hijack gonna open it up with Jack 10 of diamonds. .38 players remaining out. Average stack just over 1 million. Janoth is in the house, says hello. Harry 1891. Well, what's up, guys? Welcome, one and all, to the D.A.CH Masters Poker Open, live from the King's Resort in Rosvedov. If you're tuning in, just tuning in on this Sunday night, Ace Jack is the flop. Michael to come to all from the small. I actually prefer to just rejam this suited combo facing a hijack open. I did just rejam from the big blind, so perhaps just wanted to play this one a little bit more conservatively. Julian will take down, paying almost 3 million in chips. What a whopper of a stack here. 38 remaining, playing 50,000 euro for first. Way more actually, including the ticket. It's closer to 60. 48,400 euro is the first prize. Current payout is 1,025 euro. Sevens off 20 bigs, min raising, and all the way around to small blind for Lucas. He's going to call King 10 suited. Again, it's going to be tough to play this out of position facing an undergun open when we just have 10 big blinds behind. Bit ambitious here from Lucas. Those flop trips. Guess going to bet 50k and a call. Turn is the 3 of clubs, and the 7 should be done with their hand at this point. River is the Queen of Spades. Lucas going to bet 100k on the river. Doesn't want to risk his opponent checking back. But yes, he's going to call, and quite ambitious to call there, although he does beat some draws. Deuce is going to raise to 150 in the small, and I would much prefer just a rip from the deuces for this exact reason. BS is going to shove over the top, and we've got a pair now. Sucks to fold for 10 big blinds more or less. Especially when we go for a sizing of almost 4 times the big blind. Way better off ripping hands like deuces in this exact situation.
sapevi che ti stavo rubando.
You can stop silent for me.
Heads up?
Yes.
In English? Fold.
6 fold.
He is just going to let it go, and the King Jack suited, taking that one down, getting away from a coin flip for the tournament life.
Guarda il video. Cosa ti ho fondato? Ti ho fondato la coppa.
1 fold.
Questo aggredisco come i leoni. Come i leoni aggredisco adesso tutti.
So raise 8 to 5. 3 fold. Four fold.
85?
85. 6 fold. Seven all in.
We've got action here. BS going to shove over the top. Ace King suited. Buddha, the initial opener, bit loose from the Buddha. Just 14 bigs. David calling on the button with the King 10 off suit. Also a bit ambitious. We prefer to be suited in that spot. Although we do have the button and we are in position. We'll be forced to let it go now. BS will pick that one up. Now playing just under $1 million, which is good for 24 big blinds. 36 players remaining now, which means another pay jump is looming. Pay jump of about €100 from 36th to 35th place. trips for Lucas, raising pre with the king queen offsuit on the king 5. Julian just with suit checking over to the phone. Lucas can check or bet here. He's going to bet, just wants to bet very small, even one big blind. Goes for bet of 60. We'll take that one down. All these pots counting. A lot towards your overall chip count. Bagging and tagging, 36 players remaining. Just 24 players will go through to tomorrow. Lucas with the min raise with ace 10 off suit. Lucas will just take down the blinds and antes with the ace 10. Nines raises to 100k. And the hijack. .34 players remaining now. That means the pay jump has been reached to 1,150. Dropping like flies, folks. BS raised to 100k with the nines. Buddha in the big blind. Queen jack off Sue. We'll call the additional 60.
And that's top set for BS. But it's just going to shove here on the turn. That's a bad bluff by the Buddha, getting snapped off by the set. And it's going to be GG Buddha smiling away. We will say goodbye to the Buddha in 33rd place. That means 32 players remaining now. What a snap that was for the BS. Unbelievable. Up in a set, getting the max value from a hand with no equity.
Oops, sorry.
Just for fun of kings, raised to 85k. Off 20 bakes to start the hand. Luke is going to call for the additional 45k with a very speculative king 5 off suit. Does get there on the king 10 deuce. It's not going to deter just for fun from betting, repping some of that board. And Luke is just deciding whether he wants to call or perhaps raise. He will just call. And is the 9 of hearts. River giving Lucas the flush with the 5 of hearts with 380 in the pot. Just for fun, snap checking back on the turn. If I'm Lucas, I might make a very small bet. 80k. Maybe 100. Lucas does just check. Perhaps checking and hoping to get the showdown. Better option there than betting our 5 of hearts. Just if we're faced with a larger bet, it's going to be harder to call. It's going to be difficult for our opponent to raise without a hand. A hand that contains a heart that would be better than the 5, of course. Jack 10 of diamonds in the cutoff for Benza. Lucas with pocket 9s. It's just going to call from the small. I think this is totally fine, but I wouldn't have minded a 3-bet. Ends a bet in 150. Good shot, straight shot. Lucas going to call, and the Jack 9 in the big getting out of the way with a good shot of their own. Not entertaining it. Turn is the 4 of clubs, 580 in the pot now. $245 is the bet from Benza. Designed to get rid of a hand like a weak 7 or any 7 that's not 2 pair. Perhaps some week 8x. From Lucas, just deciding whether I want to call a second time. And he decides he does. Now, having nines isn't the best here because we block some straight draws we would want our opponent to have that would contain a 9. River is going to go check, check. Penza giving up. That's a terrible card for him to continue on. Completes the flush and it pairs the board.
Oh, I guess I threw the story. Mid-do. Seven pass. 8 pass. 9 pass. 1 pass.
31 players remaining now. Average stack over 1.2 mil. Is still good for over 30 big blinds. Fold around to the button. Lucas, king 10 off suit.
Four, raise 500. 5 pass. 6 pass. 8 pass. 9 pass. 1 pass. 3 pass. 4 pass.
Fold all the way around to the bouton.
Raise all in.
And Carpus has found a hand he wants to play for it all with. He is all in on the button with ace jack suited for 345k. For about 8 bigs, 8.5 bigs here. BS has 2 bigs invested. This is closer than you would think. Does decide to let it go. You happy to take that one down? Add blinds and antes to his stack.
9 pass, 1 pass. 3 raise all in. 4 pass. 5 pass.
Michael shoving 12 bigs with the ace-4 suited. David
7, 8 pass.
gonna call off here on the button. Ace-Jack off suit. Big chance for him to double up here. He is way out in the lead. $1 million in this pot up for grabs. 62% for the Ace-Jack against the 38% with the Ace-4 of spades. These two players almost dead even in chips. 20k separates the two. King 10-9 is the flop. That's pretty good looking for the Ace-Jack. The turn giving a lot of additional outs to Michael in the form of a spade. 10 outs to dodge for David as we hit the river. The river is the 6 of hearts. Michael will be down to a half a big blind, and David now over $1 million.
470. New blinds. 25,
As Bird says, a chip, a chair, and a dream. Indeed, Bird, it's going to be tough to do, but we've seen it being done many times on this channel. From 1 big and 2 big and 3 big, a half a big is going to be a bit of a mountain to climb. But I'm all for the scrappy underdog. Let's go.
2, 3 all in for less. 4 pass. 5 raise all in.
Lines have gone up 25, 50, 50.
6 pass. 7, 8 pass. 9 pass, showdown.
No, not together, right? Hello? Yes?
I'm gonna make check for this.
And he's got a chance. So you're saying there's a chance? Does hit a 10. Carpus with the 5s. 130k in the pot. Michael Could be playing 2.5 bigs, all of us. Oh my word, a 5 of clubs eliminating Michael on the turn. Not this time, Bird. It wasn't to be. We lose Michael Calso in 30th place. 29 players remaining now. We are 5 eliminations away from bagging and tagging and saying good night to the bad guy.
Tak ja som to mal spočítané, len keď netreba, tak netreba. To by trebalo rozmieňať potom.
Current payout still 1,150. Page on blooming to €1,340.
Four, 5 pass, 6 pass, 7 pass, 8 pass. 500, I think. 9 raise, technical win. 1 call, showdown.
And Julian is going to open rip in the small into Benza in the big. Standard stuff. Benza waking up with the goods. Ace King. Julian with the Ace 4. Jack 8-7 is the flop. 2 clubs. Turn is the 5 of clubs. River is the 10 of diamonds, and Benza going to get a healthy up to 20 bigs.
Pass. 6 raise 100. 7, 8 pass.
David min raising with the 6s.
9 call.
20 bigs to start the hand. Julian going to call on the button King Queen offsuit.
Call. Four check blind, 3 players.
Jack 9-4 is the flop. Button against under the gun +1 against the big. And Lucas looking good on that turn with his Ace 9 now. Second Jack rolling off.
4 check.
It is the 6s that's going to bet, it looks like. 375 in the pot.
6 bet, 100.
Go for a small one. Value bet / blocker. I think Julian wants to just call for this sizing.
9 call.
We will call. And now Lucas. I think Lucas wants to call here also. 575 in the pot, 100k to call. Can proceed with caution. I wouldn't hate a raise here also. It's unlikely that either player in the hand has a jack. So maybe raising to 250, something around that area. Yes. Old man Lucas raises to 250.
6 pass. 9 pass.
Nice play by the big blind. I think that's a superior option than just calling. When you break down the ranges, it's unlikely either of his opponents had a jack there. Good awareness from Lucas. Takes it down, adding 425 to his stack. 28 players remaining now.
Raise.
6, raise 100, 7 pass. 8 pass.
David raising to 100k under the gun. 9-7 suited.
Raise, 310, 1 pass.
Julian with the aces. First time we've seen them tonight. Three betting to 310.
Pass, 6 pass.
That's going to be the end of that. Some big tanks there. Bird says, come on, 10-3 tanking. Jack plays 2 tanking. Yeah, there is a pay jump of nearly €200. The difference between €1,150 to €1,340. And in a €300 buy-in, that's half, about like 2/3 of a buy-in almost. So that's why you're going to see them take their time.
That's just 25. 7 pass. And 25 more. 8 pass.
A tu 3 batti.
50-50.
Julian, king, queen off, suit and hijack. Gonna raise to 110. Julian raising to 110 in the hijack here with King Queen offsuit. Lucas with the decision here on the button. Pocket trees.
4 raise 350. 5 pass, 6 pass.
The 3-bet to 350. Julian is going to proceed. Bird asked what happened to Julian's stack. He lost a blind v blind altercation where he ripped a half a mil into ace king. He had ace 4 offsuit and he lost 1 or 2 other small pots. The blind went up once or twice and it's a wicked combo when you lose a couple of pots and the blinds go up once or twice. Suddenly you find yourself going from 100 bigs to 50.
4 bet, 200.
That's the way she goes. Lucas going to bet 200.
9 check. Bet 350.
That's a wicked turn card, giving Lucas a set. Incredible stuff. Julian calling the 3-bet pre, flopping top pair on the Queen 5-9, all spades. No spade for Julian. That looks like a very safe card. With 2 million in this pot, you see the 7 of diamonds. Lucas is just going to check back on the river with a set. What? No, no, no. Granted, that's a card that completes a lot of straights, and there's a flush out there. If he flopped one, that is an insanely tight check back on the river. What do you think of that one, Bird? Seems like Julian getting away with murder there on the river.
Giochi per bluffare e poi ti cade la tua.
8-9 pass. One raise 100. Pass, 5 pass, 6 pass, 7 pass. pass. One pass. Four pass. Five raise, 125. 6, 7 pass. Eight pass.
Carpus with the 5-4 of hearts. Taking that one down from the cutoff. Needs to be careful. Such a small suit of connectors does get the job done. When I look at the leaderboard here, Lucas way out in front with 67 bigs, just for fun. Shortest stack with 9, Carpus and David with 12 big blinds apiece. Benza with 22, BS with 25, and Julian is in second place on our leaderboard with 27 big blinds. That will be a bit of a knock to his confidence, considering he had 3 million chips not so long ago. That's the way of the road. The way she goes. 28 players remaining. 24 will bag and tag. Pressure is on the less experienced players left in this field, which is probably a lot of the remaining players. Need to adjust if the bigger stacks are pounding on them. But it seems to be relatively friendly at this feature table. And what I mean by friendly is people playing quite honest against each other. A good example of that was checking back on the river with a set of trees. We've seen one or two other passive plays. But as I always say on this channel, it's easy to say stuff when we're at home watching. You can shout at the TV all you want until you're sitting in those seats playing for this kind of money from a €300 buy-in. You don't know the difference. David betting 130 here on the Jack 4 deuce. Very wide open as well from David. It's funny because I just said we've seen some cagey plays. We've also seen some speculative hands opening and trying to get involved as we get closer and closer to the end of the day's play. As ECW King says, hi chat and Dan, hope all is good. We ain't so bad, ECW. Nice to have you with us just in the nick of time. 4 eliminations to go. Turns to King of Spades, river the ace of diamonds. Julian getting there on the river. David won't be too happy about that, and he's now playing 7 big blinds. Excuse me.
Capito come si gioca? Così. Così si gioca. Mi fa riferisce al campo. Che calma. Faccio col 150, re 150 mi fa con niente. Con l'incastro. Un giocatore di cartone.
going to raise. And Ben's are going to complete. And Lucas with a very wide open from under the gun with Jack 9 offsuit. Ben's will like this one top pair, although he only has a 10 to go with it. Lucas betting 80. Ben's a calling. Harness the ace of diamonds. He's checking. Betting 125. Ben's he wants to be calling a second time for this kind of sizing. 560 in the pot, just 125 to call. Does flick it in, and we are off to a river with 685 in the pot. River is the 7 of clubs. Back to pot ratio, dangerously close, 1 to 1. And to check from Lucas happy to bet really small on the turn so he can check the river. Purple shoving from under the gun. Ace jack offsuit. Just 3 eliminations to go. Pay jump has been reached. All remaining players guaranteed €1,340. This is just going to shove with the Queen 5 from the small blind. Harper's forced to let it go. Six 5 offsuit ain't going to cut the mustard. And just for fun, shoving from under the gun +1, sub 10 bigs with the sixes. Look at this, we've got action. David in the big line calling it off with the Jeffries. 7-15 in the pot. Sixes needing help. David 4-1 favourite to double up. Ace King King is the flop. Just 2 outs now for just for fun. As we hit the turn. Turn is the 5 of clubs. Oh my God, the river. Always a surprise around the corner at Kings. The 6 of hearts. From space. Was not expecting that. David, having no luck at this feature, has been eliminated. Just for fun, we'll scoop those chips, and 26 players remaining now.
Don't touch my baby. It's not fair. Only my chips. Double.
Just 2 eliminations to go. That's a big moment there for just for fun. He doesn't seem too phased. Lucas taking that one down with the 10-9 offsuit.
Stop.
Raise 100.
Benza will raise with the ace-7 of spades.
At 24, stop it, right?
Oh, 14 bigs from early position.
Not suited.
Tournament, stop it at 24.
Nice pickup. Jeez, we've had a lot of bust outs in record time, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the show. We've got lots more action coming tomorrow. See a few regs in the chat. Not too many tonight, but you all know by now. Much appreciated for any help from the moderators and the regulars of the Poker Room Kings, and we always like to see new names that pop by to say hi. Things are just heating up, I feel. Tomorrow going to be very action-packed. Winner getting almost 60 grand, including a 10k ticket to the World Series of Poker Europe main event. It is all to play for tomorrow, and the pressure will be on. A lot of these remaining players, I would say, in the field, there's always a hometown hero who pops up, but for the most part, I feel like we're going to have a lot of recreationals, and a hero will emerge, as is tradition. It's going to be fun to see who that hero is going to be. Nine 8 is the flop, and Carpus 2 overs to go with his hearts. I feel like Carpus could have just re-jammed this one pre, but it's not really the way he's been playing. Also, we need to take a moment to acknowledge that ace-jack offsuit fold. This hand could have played very differently. Instead, it's Benza with 12 bigs behind, with pocket fours on 9-8-8 deuce. And Carpus with the flush just wants to be checking this one back all day. 655 in the pot, just 350 behind. Now, I say he wants to check this back all day. He blocks some of the draws you'd want your opponent to have that might call off. Having the Jack of Hearts is a hand that we would want our opponent to have. So when we have a flush here, but if he thinks his opponent's just going to call on the turn, then why not just jam on the turn? Now Benza, I don't think he's that much to think about here. Yes, he can beat some draws, just pocket fours. Just 350 for him to call, but he's not beating much. I expect to see Carpus just check back on the turn, but as I just said, if he feels like he can get his opponent to call on the turn, then why would he check back? Might get away from some rivers. It does represent about half of Ben's stack. I see some comments coming in the chat. King Jack suited, no shove, ace jack off, insta fold. Yeah, exactly what I was saying. But it's because they're one elimination away from bagging and tagging, and you can see in the top right hand corner of your screen 24 players remaining now. So this will be the last hand of the night. A very quick one for day 2 of the €300 D.A.CH Masters Poker Open. That's the way it goes sometimes. I think Benza should just be folding, especially if he knew that this is the last hand of the night. Don't think he has that information. Now he's asking the dealer 50-50, phone a friend, ask the audience. Unprecedented, I would say, ECW King of Kings Day 2 done before midnight. It has maybe happened once or twice in my time here, but just like the piece of meat I ate earlier, it's rare. I'll try have a better one than that for tomorrow. The steaks were well done, but the people were rare. Ben's really in the tank over this one. He's thinking of all the draws he can beat, you see. But even if he beats draws and it was a container heart, it's very hard for him to win. I don't think he can call this one, even if he is getting 3-1 on his money almost. 350 million in the pot.
You see my hand? I say. Sorry? Not sure I say. If you see my hand, you will think, how can you fix it that long with this hand? Right. If she wouldn't tell me this is the last hand, I would call. This is the last hand, so... I fold.
Whoa. He has folded. I thought he said call. He got rid of it. And that's going to do it, folks. I hope you've all enjoyed the show. I'm going to get out of here. We got a couple of extra hours now. Going to try to get a nice sleep and get my morning routine in and be fit for you folks and fans around the world tomorrow. Lucas with a massive chip count. 3.8 million going into tomorrow. 77 bigs. Incredible stuff. Right. So, for now, I'm going to say my goodbyes. Catch me if you can. I've been Action Man Dan. We are back the usual time, 2:30 Central European time tomorrow. Over and out.